Today, we are going to do something really exciting. We're going to calculate your personal tarot card and then go through them. So there'll be links with the time slots in the comments so that you can skip right to your tarot card once you calculate it. So it's your month you were born plus your day plus 2022. So let's say you were born February 11th. And then you're always going to use 2022. You're always going to use 2022. And you're going to add them up. Now, the major arcana goes from cards 1 through 22. 22 being the Fool card. So this is if it's your number is over 22, you're going to add it up again. And you're only going to use the major arcana of the tarot for this. The major arcana. So 2 plus 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when we have a 0, it's just going to be the 1. So this particular one is the Magician card. All right. And that happens to be card number 1. Let's take another example. Let's say that you were born April 27th, and then remember 2022, right? So we're going to add this all together. And if you have a date of birth that's extensive like this, just go ahead and do 4 plus 2 plus 7 plus, and you could just do 6 for this. And this card is number 19. And then you would go to card number 19. And that would be the Sun card. So then you would go to the Sun card. But I'll put them in the description as the numbers, card 1 through 22. Because not everybody is familiar with the major arcana. So let's not delay any further. So do that calculation for yourself. And the first card we're going to come up with is the Magician. So the Magician is all about having all the tools you need to get done what you need to get done. You have all the talents, all the capabilities. This 2022 for Magician people, this is your action year. This Magician is all action based, working with spirit, getting messages from spirit, helping you with physical earth. So this is about tapping into your full potential. Do not hold back. This is going to be a very magical year for you. For those of you who got card number 1, the Magician. Now, for those of you who have card number 2, the High Priestess, this is also going to indicate that it's a year for kind of going inside of yourself. You know, it's about quietness and developing your intuitive abilities. Could be creativity. You don't need to like accomplish a lot in a 2 year. For the High Priestess, she's about, being passive, retreats, going to spiritual retreats. She wants you to trust your gut feelings. And this is also, she waits. This is a year about pondering, maybe putting your goals together and thinking about what you want for the future. She does a lot of research, so you might be researching. She loves to read and study things and to have a lot of quiet time. She is amazingly intuitive, so trust your gut feelings if you're in a High Priestess year. Now, the Empress, she is nurturing, creative, focus on your family. She is a time of where the fruits of your labors from the past will start to manifest. She's divine feminine energy. So be kind to yourself, be nurturing to yourself. You can be nurturing to others. She is a wonderful card for counting your blessings, doing a gratitude journal. These are all wonderful activities. At the very least, this is going to be a very creative year for you. If your card is number 4, the Emperor, wow, there could be an opportunity for self-employment. This is the card about like a boss or manager figure. It could be worldwide travel. It's stability and security. This is a card where you're going to be the boss of your own life. You're in charge. Set up your rules. Set your boundaries. Make sure your voice is heard. If you're in a situation where, people are not listening to you or things like that at work, the Emperor is about making your voice heard because you are important. This is a year about structure. Could be buying cars, buying houses, planning for long-term savings, planning for retirement. This card is all about making plans. The Hierophant. This is a card about organization, large organizations. Could be going to church or a spiritual adventure. This could be marriage and relationships. Doesn't maybe mean yours. You could be going to a wedding. The Hierophant is about higher learning. It's a card that has to do with seeking the truth, whether it's your own truth or a truth that's been placed upon you. This is going to yourself for guidance. Now, this card can also be praying to the higher powers, however you label them, God and angels. It can be a year where you're developing faith in the unseen world and faith in yourself. It does have an ability for you to look at what your beliefs are. Are your beliefs serving you or not? Maybe you have some toxic beliefs that have to go away. Welcome to the Lovers card. Now, this is going to be a year about making decisions. And it could be decisions regarding relationships, but it might not be. And it's also a year that's inspired by angels. So you could have messages from angels. The main message here, though, is that you might have to make a decision, and it won't be a small one. It'll be a big decision. So the whole year could be full of all kinds of different types of decisions. Now, this could involve a potential partner or an existing partner, and it's also where there's divine interference in your life for a reason. So if you notice the angel who's up here, that can be if you ask the angels. This would be a good year to ask your angels for guidance in any area of your life. This is the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about willpower and overcoming obstacles. This can also be travel. You could be traveling a lot in 2022. This card is also what you put out is what you get back. So if you want of any year to put out positive energy, those of you who are the Chariot, number 7, you would definitely want to think about putting good things out. Your hard work and diligence will pay off. This could be about buying a car. Maybe a special trip is going to come up. But at any rate, it's overcoming obstacles with sheer willpower. Welcome to the Strength card. This can be inner strength, physical strength. Notice spirit up ahead here. Notice the lion in the card. Strength is a card that you have all the abilities that you need to do whatever you want. So follow your heart. And sometimes you'll run into obstacles, but you know what? With the Strength card as your year, and that would be card number 8, it's all about courage and triumph and a situation that you're not going to let bumps in the road stop you from what you want to have in life. So the Strength card is a great card for getting your physical body strong, but also your inner strength and courage. Welcome to the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is about reaching out to someone for guidance, and it's usually guidance and knowledge, somebody who's very experienced. It's also a card, hermits kind of go into the cave, and it's introspective, looking inside for the answers, going to your own higher self, taking a break from the masses, taking a break from social media, and actually spending some time on your own by yourself. This is a card about seeking out those who have already accomplished what you want and then having them show you or explain. So this is a great year for deciding what you want to do and then following someone who already has that experience so that they can kind of guide you on the way. So this would be looking for teachers, and it's also about seeing your life from a higher perspective because the Hermit is on a mountain. The Wheel is always a fun card. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So for those of you who have card number 10, this is about good luck and big changes. It usually means that this is a decision that will come by chance. You can make a choice in this year if you want, but all of a sudden the wheel will turn and shift and a new opportunity will come your way. So if your card number is 10 and you get the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to have a great year because there's going to be some positive changes in your life, but this is also the card of good luck with money. So you could be making some decisions that would bring a wonderful financial outcome for you. The Justice card, number 11. This is a card about paying attention to what's fair in your life and what's not fair and what's out of balance and making fair decisions. Sometimes it's the card about looking over contracts before you sign them. It also is similar in that to the Chariot in that what you put out to the world is what comes back to you. It's kind of got a little bit of a karma type of situation, but at any rate, it's all about balancing. Balance your sleeping with your activity. Balance how much you spend with how much you earn. Treat your life in a fair way and treat others in a fair way. This is also a year about decisions. It can be any kind of contract that you're going to sign for purchases or employment contracts, reviewing them thoroughly. The Hangman. Now this is always an interesting card for a year because it talks about doing things differently than you would normally have done them. It can be about surrendering to things you can't control, but it's also about taking stock of what you have and realizing that every choice has a consequence. So this also is about living your life with a different perspective. Like you might have done something a certain way for years, but in this year with card number 12, you're suddenly going to go to the opposite and you're going to do things differently. It's a wonderful year about waiting, developing faith in the unseen world, working with angels, and just seeing other people's viewpoints from their perspective instead of your own. Some people get a little nervous when the Death card comes up as their card number 13. Nothing to be nervous about. This is actually a really good card, so don't freak out. Tarot never predicts death and never will. This is about transformation and change. It's mostly something in your life is going to end due to a desire. All change starts with a desire. So in 2022, you're going to have a desire to change something, and the universe is going to open up doors for it to happen. So when one door closes, another door opens. So expect some transitions or changes to happen in this year, and that you're going to grow better versions of yourself and more happiness through this card. So all of the endings that happen in 2022 for 13 are going to be good for you. This is the Temperance card. A lot of people think of this as an angelic. It kind of has an angelic feeling to it. But it's actually related to peace, balancing your life. It can be stepping into something new. It's a pause card. And it's about finding your, what sparks joy. What sparks joy in you, like your biggest desire. So in 2022, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to try new things out to see how you like them. And the Temperance is all about balance also, and accepting that you're going to get messages from the spiritual realm. So it's going to be a very spiritual year. So expect to have an exciting time receiving messages from the magical universe. And be sure to take time to heal any emotions. It's a very healing card. If you don't feel well in this year, ask the angels to help you. Now, speak of the devil. This is also materialism, but this is the devil card. And I read, when I do tarot scopes for the year, all the cards are positive. So at the core, this is really good, because this means 2022, it's dealing with addictions, mental health issues, somebody that might be dishonest or toxic relationships. At any rate, it is a year for breaking free of habits that you no longer want. It's a perfect year to lose weight, start an exercise plan, eating healthier, leaving a toxic relationship, finding love that's not toxic after a pattern of maybe drawing in the wrong love. So it's a very good card to conquer habits that you no longer want. Now, this can also represent dishonest behaviors, but when it's your card of the year, it means you'll spot them. You will spot those behaviors right away. Welcome to the Tower card. Now, at first glance, this doesn't look like it's going to be a fun year, but actually, the Tower card, I consider it to be spiritual insights. And it's also moving away from people that just are high drama and you can't solve their drama. And it's letting go of toxic situations. This is also a card that usually, like, if you get laid off of your job, there's a better one coming. If your company lets you go, there's a better opportunity coming. So it's if you're in a really toxic situation, it's kind of like the universe giving you nudges. But what I love about the Tower card is it's a year of insights. So do a lot of like journaling and reflecting, because you're going to have like sudden insights. So you might be driving down the road and think, oh, I'm going to take a different route to work. And all of a sudden you run into like a garage sale and there's something there that you happen to need and love. So that's the kind of magical year you can have with the Tower card. Welcome to the Star. Who wouldn't want to be the star of their own show? This is card number 17. This is about optimism, higher learning and wisdom, being an inspiration to others, and finding people who are inspiring to you. It's about faith and hopes, and that you're being blessed by the universe. It's also maybe a time to have your horoscope done or follow your horoscope. It's about knowing what your dreams are and pursuing your hopes and dreams. It's a wonderful year for you to really get down inside and decide what sparks joy and do more of that, and what doesn't and do less of that. Number 18 is the Moon card. This is a card that is a lot of this is going to be about intuition and following the cycles of the moon. If the Moon card is your card, you might want to get like a moonology journal, a journal of the moon cycles. They're everywhere, and actually fill that out. It could be really powerful. You're going to have illuminated anyone who's trying to be deceptive to you. It can also be an illusion year, like something's too good to be true. So if you're going to accept new employment in the year of a moon, really research it before you make that decision and trust your gut. If it feels wrong, it most likely is wrong. So be sure to tap into your gut feelings. And the Moon card is all about cycles. So this year you're going to have a cycle of success, and then you might have a cycle of frustration, but then it's a cycle of good luck. It's just a year to, pay attention even to your personal cycles. At 2 o'clock, I have a lot of energy. At 4 o'clock, I kind of want to take a nap. It's about paying attention to your natural cycles. Who doesn't love the Sun card? I mean, this is truly card number 19. And for those of you who got the Sun card this year, congratulations. It's about good fortune, happiness, joy, love, rejoicing, success. Nothing, very rarely do major things go wrong in the year of the Sun. It is such a joy. It's about being out in the sun, being out in the sunshine, enjoying your life and creating happiness all around you and sharing it with those that you love. This is the universe smiling down on you and blessing you with all of the goodness that life can bring. You are in for one heck of a happy year because you got the Sun card. Now, don't judge the Judgment card. This is a card about the number 20. This is actually about awakening. It can be in a spiritual awakening. It could tell you that you're being judged by someone. Now remember, if someone's judging you, that's a form of control, so pay attention to that. It can also reflect on what you're judging and what you might be trying to control. So it's asking you, in a way, to weigh out situations before you get involved or make a decision. Have a very clear mind before you jump in and do something. Now, this is also a card about having some of your beliefs put you in a box. And so look at your beliefs. Do you have any beliefs that don't serve you? In fact, if this is your card, start writing all your beliefs down and then look at them. Does this work? Does this work? Does this serve me? And start going through them. That'll be a powerful year when you start doing that. Here comes the World card. This is also about big changes. It's usually a really good sign that you're on the right path and that there's a major decision coming. So the World card tells you that you can trust where you're going in life. This is up to you to create your own world. The world is your playground. It's very hard to fail in a year of the world because you're going to get so many magical signs. Like you might say, gee, I need a table and chairs. And all of a sudden you'll see an ad for a table and chairs and it happens to be on sale and it's just the one you want. It's 5 minutes from your house. That's the kind of magic that happens in the 21 year of the world. You might want to make a major change in your life and everything falls in place. You might want to move and all of a sudden the house right where you wanted to live comes up for sale at just the right price. You might want a new job and the right job shows up. This is such an incredibly magical year Have fun. You're going to love it. It's going to be a great year for you. Card number 22, which is actually in the tarot card 0. But for the purposes of a cycle, it's card 22. Now you can see that he's looking back. Don't look back. You're not going there. This is a card about new beginnings. Trust in the unseen powers of the universe. This can be about being inexperienced and yet taking a risk. Just going and jumping into something new. It's a great year for travel. It's also another year for choices. And some of the choices are going to be out of your control. So you're going to obviously have crossroads during this year. So when you come to the crossroads, there's going to be a decision to be made. Now, really, there's no right or wrong decision. There's only this or that. So only your mind makes it negative or positive. But this is a year that if you call in the unseen world powers, like of your higher self or angels or divine or God, whatever you want to define it as, if you call in those powers, you'll be amazed at how they show up as opportunities to guide you. This is a fun year to be in the Fool because you can do things and activities that you may have never done before. It's about trying out new things and enjoying all of the paths that take you there. So, congratulations, you made it through your Tarot Scope reading.